how long do you think you can go? Like, how long do we have in us? Are we talking Gunsmoke level, 600 plus episodes?
Man, I
Could
don't
you
know.
see it?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it thus far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think one of the main things that Grey's Anatomy has that a lot of other shows don't is it continues to comment on the world that we live in. And the world that we live in is constantly changing, and new problems are facing our world every year. And so we're never going to run out of the sort of stories that we get to tell and the
Right.
things that we want to shed light on. And even though we have shed light on a lot of things and people who didn't have voices and et cetera, there's no shortage of those people and those issues to talk about. I mean, we could do that till the cows come home. So with the backdrop of a medical drama.
See, I'd have to start over again in order to get to Gunsmoke. Oh my God. From like a historical standpoint, I love being able to say, or would love to be able to say I was a starter and a finisher. Actors don't get the opportunity to do that, especially, not on something that runs this long. So I would love to be able to have that personal star that I can put on my wall and say I started and finished a thing. Bailey still continues I just enjoy her immensely, and I'm still learning from her and still growing from her. So, until the wheels fall off, I guess.
Let's just do it season to season and just go from there, right?
I at least want Alex and Joe to have kids on the show.
Yeah, I think that'd
and
be
then
good.
I'll feel like,
Yeah.
but
I
if
think
I
the
don't
fans do
see
too.
them not have a baby, I would be sad to walk away from that.
What I see is that this show will go as long as it's really good and there are great stories to tell. And when that comes to a slow, not halt, but slowing down, then it'll be time to say, hey, we did it.
Gunsmoke went 635 episodes? Wow. It's so hard to predict, especially as the TV landscape is changing so dramatically. I think I'm just really grateful to have been on this show for as long as we have. We've hit a lot of incredible milestones, like here in the production, and now outside in the greater story of TV in Hollywood. And so I think it's just important to stay present and ride each season, ride the wave of each season, and just surrender and see what happens next when we find out.
I've learned not to doubt the power and longevity of the show. We've made that mistake for 15 years. At the same time, I think that folks, the reflex to ask, how much longer can it go, or that show's still on, says it's really not about our show. It's about that things don't last that long in this business, right? So you just don't. It's not a commentary on our show. Our show's clearly this juggernaut and this pioneering enterprise that is went well ahead of the game on 10 different levels, from diversity and inclusion in writing and production and cast and directors and all the people that this show has lifted up. Well before it was fashionable and trendy and part of any campaign. It was just quietly doing it and showing that you can make money and be inclusive. That's been a lie. So that's the things that I think about when I think about why it's been so long running, because it didn't bow to conventions. It didn't bend just because you said that this is how it has to be. No, it's not how it has to be. Says who? So I think that sometimes the secret is actually right in front of our face, and that's why it's been so puzzling to people that how is this going so long? It's because we didn't follow your rules that said only like straight white men between 30 and 40 years old can run a show. Like that's not the world, and we can do that without having to wave it as a banner. We'll just do it.
I've had such a great time doing it, obviously, and to be at this point in my career and still have a job, steady gig, it's hard to, say, hey, maybe it's time to hang up. But I'd love it when it is that time for it to, to finally say goodbye. I want to come in and turn off that OR light for the last time and have the show end right there.